Hey guys, Ian, your customer service manager from C&H Precision, to talk to you more today about some of our favorite pairings of pistols and optics. Today we are featuring the new SIG P365-FUSE and the C&H EDC. So I'm pairing these today because the EDC I've already used on some of my personal carry guns, and a bunch of our employees have it on theirs as well because it's meant for everyday carry, hence EDC. And we're pairing it with the new SIG P365-FUSE because the FUSE having a longer barrel than all the other 365s out at the moment, but it also comes with one 17 round magazine and two 21 rounders. So if you're wanting a little more high capacity carry while still having that nice slim look like you get with the 43X, 48s, Hellcats and like that, this is the one for you. The C&H EDC is an RMSC footprint, working on most of your slimline carry guns, including the P365-FUSE. SIG says it is a Romeo 0 footprint, their carry optic, but it will still work for anything that is an RMSC footprint. Just make sure which screws holes it has. Some 365s have M4s, some have M3s. Just make sure you're testing it before trying to fully mount, make sure the screws actually work. Get into it, first thing is safety. So always make sure magazine is dropped, gun is clear, yay, we're safe. All right, so after we've made sure everything is safe, we need to disassemble the firearm. So first, lock slide to the rear. Now at the SIG, it has this regular rotating lever. That's what all the P365s I've seen have. And then just, boop, and off it goes. And I also usually just like to take the spring and the barrel out, as I've said in every other video, because then it doesn't roll as much. It's just stable. So after that, we need to prepare the mounting surface. To prepare the mounting surface, you need to remove the cover plate, which I have already done. And as I've also already done, take a Q-tip with some acetone, go over the surface, make sure there's no loose dirt, debris, or anything, and no excessive oil. After everything has been prepared, we'll go ahead and put the actual optic in the footprint. You're gonna make sure that your holes actually will line up. Then we will take our screws and apply a dab of Loctite or any type of optic locker onto the bottom. Put the screw in. Again, a little bit just at the bottom of the threads, at the parts that's actually going to be engaging into the threading of the barrel. While I'm normally doing this, I like to get the first one down to where it's contacting the optic, and then start doing the other one. I don't like to over tighten on either side because at times it can cause binding and hinder the other one, but not always. All right, once everything is actually tight and touching, you want to make sure you are torquing these, since these are M4 screws, torquing them to between 20 and 25 inch-pounds. There we go, 20. All right. Once everything is actually torqued to the proper limit, we'll just give it a little bit of wiggle, little test, make sure nothing is moving, you're not hearing anything rattling, everything looks good. Now is when we take your fun-filled paint markers. You should have these. If not, go buy it. But we take the paint marker, go over the edges of the screws to help fill in any of those seamed areas. After your black oil-based marker has actually sealed, we will then take your fine tip paint marker, preferably a different color, because putting it black color on the black on here, you're not going to see it. So going with blue, we just make a straight line for witness marking. That way you can see if that line is broken, then most likely your screws are backing out. Should be able to see my lines are not always the best, but I will be able to see when, if anything starts moving, starts backing out, these lines will now be broken and we'll be able to have to know to adjust everything. After you've mounted, torqued, and witness marked your optic properly onto there, we can go ahead and reassemble. For those of you that need help with that, we will give you step-by-step Barney instructions. You put the barrel in, guide rod and recoil spring, push. And then for 365s, real simple. Just line up your grooves, give it a good push, lock the slide, push the lever, boop. And then for a functions check, I always like to pull the trigger, rack the slide back while holding it down. You can hear and feel it reset, pull the trigger again, you've completed a functions check. Okay, so now is my favorite part of my job. we're going to the range. There's a reason I've bought this gun, and I get to tell you now why. Any of my other concealed carry guns I've ever dealt with, the 365, 43Xs, or anything else like that, you have usually a 3-inch barrel, and that causes so much snap. It's just coming back, your grouping at 10, 15 yards is significantly wider than when you have a full-size gun. This, easily, without a compensator, without any type of other porting or anything, made up for that. I had no problem keeping my grouping together. The 17 round and then the 221 rounds it comes with just makes it for so much more fun at the range, and also just makes you feel a little bit safer for having those extra ones. But honestly, I have to say, carrying this is my new everyday carry gun for a reason, because snappiness goes down with the barrel length. It's still slim enough to where I can conceal carry it, and I can't sing enough praises about this thing. I'm not a SIG fanboy, I'm not a Glock fanboy, I'm not Walther fanboy, but I'm in love with this thing and wholeheartedly recommend anyone that gets a chance, try out the P365-FUSE. And as always, there's a reason I spend my money at my own company where I work at. Our optics are easily my favorite on the market. All right, guys. Till next time, stay safe, have fun, Ian out.